but y'all gotta understand something. Like, anytime you say something, just think. Like, make sure y'all watching the full clip before y'all just start saying stuff, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would advise you to go get the full context so you don't look like an idiot. But hey, just do what you do. I don't really care, because my thing is, most of the people commenting, they are struggling. You know what I'm saying? They're struggling. You don't see too many people doing well in life. It's putting negative stuff on the YouTube comments, and that's all really Jaidyn gonna say about that, man. I'm doing great today. Got my lemon cayenne probiotic drink right here. Fish feeling good, man. It's a great day today.
I feel you. That looks good. But I just want to say thank y'all, though. We really do appreciate all the support and all the love we're getting. But we can get right into this thing now, bro, because I got a great one. Because when I'm in a relationship, bro, I be thinking, I want a woman that's going to damn near catch a case for me, bro. And that's how I want it. Like, I'm not going to put her in a predicament to catch a case, because that's not very P of me. That wouldn't be very P of me. But at the same time, I feel like if it came down to it, you would want a woman with that kind of loyalty. Is that like a delusion? Like,
I wouldn't call it a delusion. I would say it's a unrealistic expectation of you if you want a very feminine woman, because you're talking about, like, okay, you want that loyalty out of a woman.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has to go as far as her willing to catch a case or being willing to die for you, because that's really your job, you know what I'm saying? That's really your job. That's more so like masculine traits, I feel like. I don't feel like a feminine woman is gonna, like, because you gotta think when, like, yeah, if she's trained and she's been around situations, if a dude with a gun runs up, she might act. But 9 times out of 10, she's going to get behind you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of just your job as, like, a leader, to be willing to fall for your people and shit like that.
I totally agree with that. But I just feel like I would want that loyalty. I would want to feel like if anything ever happened, it's like me and you. Like, it's me and you against the world, per se.
Yeah. And in a perfect world, maybe. But when we understand women, we understand hypergamy. That's like expecting her to stay loyal if you get a over 3 years plus sentence in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna do it. Women are emotional beings. They're going off what's going on in the moment. If you're not there, 9 times out of 10, somebody is there. You feel me? Like, and it's like damn near selfish as a dude. Like, say you get 15 years to expect her to just hold it down, not get no dick, not get no male attention. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of unrealistic expectations.
Okay, I would say 15 years, that'd be kind of tough. But I feel like something like 2, 3, like, that's light for real. Like, I feel like if you wouldn't hold me down for 2 years, you couldn't be the one for me, bro.
I mean, as men, you thinking about it from your manly mind to where, like, yeah, 2 years, we already kind of think more so long term. We understand what sacrifice and putting off now for later and shit like that. But then it just depends on the caliber man you are, and are you able to hold things down while you're in there, and because jails and stuff, they got conjugal visits and all types of stuff like that. But if your funds are drying up and you're just locked up and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, if you can't provide and protect, you're not being able to play your role. So what role should she play?
I feel that. That's if I couldn't. But if I was still able to play my role like El Chapo wife, I feel like she out of prison now. She really held him down. Like,
she held him down, but you also got to think, if she was the repercussions were worse if she was to fold on her husband because of who he is.
Yeah,
and in the cartel, like that's the type of people that will wipe out your whole bloodline. So it's way bigger than her, and she also understood, like, you gotta think, like, because these people are cartel and they speak different languages, they're not stupid people. They didn't really have shit on her. She went in there and said, I didn't even know he was selling drugs. So, of course, like, yeah, she did it like 2 years and they let her out. And I don't know if she not gonna get no dick while she out here. Like, I think a lot of dudes would be scared to pull up on her of who her husband is. But at the same time, like, that's just like a different one-off situation. Like, yeah, if you got a a woman like that, maybe from a different culture and stuff like that, that's different. But we talking about most dudes nowadays watching this, they dealing with these modern Western women, and you're not gonna get that type of loyalty out of them.
I feel you. You might not, but I say that's something to strive for, my guy. You gotta strive for the best. Like I feel like because everybody wants a loyal girl. Everybody wants somebody that's like they don't gotta be watching her when you turn your back. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants that. So since I feel like you gotta, I hope it would be out here. I hope it would be. I can't lie.
Yeah, and that's something good for. It's good to like set the bar that high. But like I said, if you're able to provide and protect, like, yeah, she probably will still be there. But if you out here, you're not really doing shit, and you get more than really 6 months, 9 times out of 10, she's really gonna be fucking another dude because she's gonna need things as all women kind of do.
Bro, and that's totally facts. And I was just looking up something, bro. I would love to know the rate of men that like or women that leave men in prison. Like that, I bet you it's something crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a high rate, but then you got, I don't know, I feel like the numbers would be kind of mixed because yeah, you got women that you gotta think like a lot of these girls, especially these Western girls, they got a nigga in jail, you know what I'm saying? But they still out here fucking with other dudes, so it's like, yeah, and mind you, like they still doing stuff for that nigga in jail, where he using her cash app to do illegal activities or whatever the fuck he using her cash app for, or he just calling her, or she's sending him pictures and all type of stuff. A lot of these dudes got tablets, they got Instagram, they talking to girls and stuff like that. So it's like you got that side of it, and then you got the dudes, if you ain't they in there, they don't got no motion like that. So yeah, they girl do leave them, or they start getting like a pen pal, some big fat girl out in West Bubblefuck, then they marry her so they can get conjugal visits and stuff like that. But I think most of the time, dudes, they really just getting left for the most part.
I would feel that too, bro. I feel that too. Because I feel like, and then people are going to say if there was the opposite way around, like, would a man wait for a woman? I feel like that's crazy. Why would, as a man, you should never wait for a woman for the simple fact, like, that's just ass backwards. That's just backwards. Is it not?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you got to think, like, realistically, is any dude going to be holding it down while they girl in jail? Now, if she took a charge for you, you should. I feel like that's just loyalty. That's being an honorable dude, you know what I'm saying? That's being a stand-up guy. But if maybe, like, boom, you're dating a junk and she start fucking, I don't know, start robbing banks on the side and you didn't know about it, like, yeah, you nigga's definitely not waiting on that. But if she took the charge for you, I would say most dudes, you should wait for that woman. But if she didn't, even then, if she took the charge, most dudes, they not gonna wait either way, probably.
That'd be fucked up if you didn't wait. Like, she's in prison because of you and you're not gonna wait for her. That's crazy.
When you got kids in the picture, that does make things different because that makes the woman more likely to stay. Or like I say, if you got some type of status, you got a lot of money to where, like, yeah, you're in prison, but everything's still being handled, bills being paid, this and that, and third. Yeah, she's more likely gonna stay.
Gotcha. And that's kind of going to bring us into our next thing, bro. For the simple fact, I know you've seen it, the video of the woman on her knees, like, saying, like, oh, what you would do to, I seen your video, by the way, oh, what she would do to her husband, like, stay, protect, like, love, honor him. I feel like that's more so the same thing. I feel like that girl would have the same kind of loyalty to her husband, because this is what she's saying compared to the other woman that she doesn't even want to listen to her husband.
Yeah, the thing about that situation is when you have a woman, like, yeah, she's definitely willing to submit, and you got God in the situation, and y'all building a household, got kids, that woman is going to be the type of woman that's definitely way, way, way more likely to wait for you, you know what I'm saying? And we can bring it back to even El Chapo wife. You got to think, like, I don't know how long she's been his wife, but she's been there through a lot of shit, and he been basically making her life so easy. She never got a want, and the kids never got a want for anything they getting able to do. They can go here. They never have to think about finances when making decisions. Then that's gonna be a different type of situation. And I seen someone else post that video, and it was dude then went in there was like, yeah, see, this woman got it right. You submitting to him, he gonna submit his funds to you. You feel me? And that's kind of gonna be the trade off when you got that truly submissive woman.
I feel like that's not a bad trade off, but I feel like some women just don't get it, bro. They don't get it. They want to, like, I feel like it's that whole independent movement. Whoever started that is crazy because women don't want to be independent for real.
They don't, and it's the thing. They want the funds, but they don't want to submit. They wanted everything on their term, which you gotta understand. Like, as a man, me, it's like, nah, you're coming into my life, just like my program. Know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the things you want out of life and all that stuff is good and shit like that, but you gotta also think I got a lot more to risk. Like, you can always go find another dude, find a simp to take care of you, this, that, and the third. Nobody gonna take care of me. I start slacking on my shit, I start bullshitting, the world gonna smack me in the fucking face. I'm gonna be flat on my ass, I'm gonna be homeless, you feel me?
I'm telling you, and I feel like people just don't understand that. You don't. That's why it's so much, like, so important to focus on yourself first as a man, bro. Like, before you're messing with before you're spending any money on anything else, like fun, like expenses, fucking women, any of that shit. Like, work on growing yourself. So when you do get a girl, everything is okay. You don't gotta struggle to pay things and that kind of nature.
Mm-hmm. And that's even more what I was just saying too. The woman, she literally got all types of safety nets, backups. The only really homeless women you really see in America is drug addicts and alcoholics. You feel me? Yeah. If a woman's flat out on her ass, she can always get government assistance. She can get Section 8. A dude, like, nah, you not working, you not chasing your purpose or walking in your purpose. There's no safety net for you, my guy.
I'm telling you. And I feel like you're looked at just so much more harshly, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think about it. I say by the time you start hitting, like, your late 20s, bro, you can't be living with your parents. It's frowned upon. Like, some girls not even going to fuck with you if you live with your parents. But on the same thing, if it was a girl, that shit would be okay. That shit would be okay.
The only time it's not okay when the dude, you trying to slide the fuck the John and you can't because her people's there. But beyond that, you can be like, well, at least... shit, I ain't got to house her and I ain't got to do this and do that. Like, it's kind of seen as, it's just, well, that's kind of how things have really always been, to be honest. If you look, like I believe I said last episode, like, the woman would usually stay with their family until she was going to get married.
Exactly. And then you got to think, the man, he has to go out and find a way, find a living, bro. That's why I said, bro, before you start messing with these girls, bro, be stable, bro. I feel like that's the best advice. Because I feel like, bro, you seen that Boondocks episode? It's like bitch dependency. Bitch dependency is a serious thing, bro. That shit will really mess with your fucking money, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit's crazy. I feel like there's certain aspects that's going to know if she's that right kind of woman. Like, if she's a loyal woman or a woman that's going to help your business flourish, bro. Because I feel like that's ultimately what a woman's there to be. Like, damn near helpmate. Like, help you conquer the world, for real. That's how I look at it. And I feel like something she should already be doing. So before you meet your woman, do you think it's important for her to be making money?
No.
Damn, why you say that?
I said no because I think there are more important factors than her actually making money. Because you gotta think, what if she's a student at the time and she comes from a family that already has money? There are things that I do think she needs to have regarding money, as far as like just being financially literate, understanding money and how it works and how to grow money, and not just how to be a leech and spend a nigga money, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she doesn't necessarily have to be making her own money at the time that you meet her.
Gotcha. I feel what you're saying, but I feel like also, so if she knows how to make money, what's stopping her from making the money? Because I feel like there's a big gap, like between knowledge and actually doing it.
I mean, she could be in school, and outside of school, maybe she's shadowing a wife and learning how to and learning how to become a proper wife. You know what I'm saying? That could be a thing, and then that fills up all her time right there.
You're absolutely right, my dude. You're absolutely right, bro. I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. Oh my goodness, bro. Because they probably real life got that shit in other cultures, bro.
Yeah, and my thing is really like, her even like her making money, that's definitely not a bad thing. But I'm just saying like it's more important. The last thing you want when it comes to your relationship is to have two people that are trying to be the biggest bosses. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I feel like, okay, as a man, I gotta put purpose first. And that includes being a provider and trying to gather as much resources as possible. That's not really the main objective as far as a woman's purpose. It's cool if she does that, but do you really want a woman that's making money over being a good woman and good wife to you? You feel me?
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. And I feel like that's the problem in a lot of households nowadays, bro. Because you can't have two heads of the household, bro. Mm-hmm. You can't. But this is my next question for you. Would you care if your woman made more money than you?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't care if she did. I think that's like a insecurity type thing. Because you got to think, I mean, okay, you could meet a woman and you love her. She fits so well into your life. And she puts being a wife first. But on the back end, on her spare time, she just... Her dad gave her this fucking company, and the company makes way more fucking money than you. I don't think that's a problem. You feel me? Like, as long as it's not her main objective and she not throwing that in your face. If anything, it should just be motivating you to like, damn, she got all this going on. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. You got to focus on your purpose and getting your shit done so you can be that highest earner in the household.
I feel that at all. Me personally, because I've been asked this question. It was like, would you date a girl that made more money than you? I mean, I couldn't say I would not date a girl that made more money than me. But I probably would feel some type of way. I feel like I'll just be more motivated to make more money.
That's all it can really do to you. Because 9 times out of 10, if she is making more money than you, then it's going to be one of two things. Right? She's probably not going to be the best like girl for you. Because she's probably been putting a lot of work in, or it was just handed to her. So it's like it's on some different shit. It's not even something that you can kind of compare. Now, if she did just happen to build it up, because you gotta think like we all got long lives to live. Like my girl tomorrow, her fucking book could do 1 million sales, and now she's making more money than me. Is that gonna make me feel some type of way? I'm like, nah. One, that's passive income, so it's like not taking away from anything from the household, you feel me? And 2, it's like it just is what it is. Like we building this together. If anything, like I'm benefiting from those residuals, and anything I'm benefiting from, I'm gonna just take that and flip it more, so I can, take back my position.
Take back your position is crazy. Nah, but I definitely feel you, bro. But I do feel like that's the thing. Me personally, I do feel like a man should make more than a woman, and like if he really wants to be the head of his household, if he really wants to. Not saying he won't be, but I'm just saying if your woman has to put extra time in being more her masculine to get the money, that's when
it's gonna be hard for her to let you be a man and make decisions.
I'm telling you, literally. So that's what I'm saying. So don't think of it's a problem. Nah, I'm just saying. You got to make sure she's still in her feminine and you're in your masculine, because when those roles get reversed, I feel like that's when things in the household go wrong.
It's this show I hate. I think it's called like Reasonable Doubt, and the main character, she's like a lawyer, and she put being a lawyer over being a mom, and you see her family break apart, you see her kids going through shit, but she put the job first, and that it's like a fucked up dynamic now. The ex-husband, he is in some feminine role. He was watching her do another dude on the security camera in the house and still cool with her, still trying to bring the family back together. It just fucks up the dynamics when people not living in their nature.
I'm telling you, bro. And people don't understand how that affects kids too, bro. This shit is literally passed down. Like, if you got a masculine mom, your daughter is probably gonna be more masculine, and that's just facts.
And the thing about it, a lot of the women in the older generations, they were put in position to be masculine because systematic stuff. We all know why women were put in position to try to play both mommy and daddy, you know what I'm saying? Especially black women. We all know that. But that got passed down without most people understanding why it happened. So you got all of these women that were put in these masculine positions and like moving after their mom instead of learning from women that were actually wives about like how to be a woman. So you do have women that like they try to be that business person first and then the wife part-time, you feel me?
I feel it, and I'm glad you brought up that point because that's the part that everyone leaves out. Like they just think like overnight black women were so much more masculine. Nah, they had to be like cause of there is no man in the house. Like I feel like we gotta all take that in consideration, and you gotta think about who's raising the men now. Mostly single moms, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you gonna expect the kid not to be a little bit more feminine, like? Especially if that's all he sees, like he doesn't have a strong masculine head to look at, bro.
Yeah, and then you got to think about a lot of the fathers that were maybe even there in the house that were even alcoholics or they just overly abusive because they couldn't control their emotions. All that's feminine behavior too that gets passed down. Like, yeah, if you see your father, he was selling drugs or pimping and hitting women and he doing this and that and third, you're more likely to do those same things too because that's what you're learning. That's what if you see that, because everybody looks at their dad as Superman no matter what the fuck you doing till you get a little older and start understanding things. You're looking at him as Superman, so you're mimicking what he does and it gets into your subconscious, and later on in life you like beating your wife.
That's crazy. But
There's a dude in the comments too, by the way.
I'm gonna say that's some. You're hilarious. Nah, cause he was on some different stuff.
Now I don't even want him to suicide. I ain't gonna say it, but he was talking like he forced women to do things. That's all I'm gonna say. Allegedly beat his wife.
I'm telling you. But like that's some real stuff. So I feel like you got to take that into consideration, knowing like sometimes it's gonna take a bit for like our generation, like the young men, to like kind of mature. It's gonna take a while because you got to think, look what they're learning from. So next time y'all think like, oh, who's raising these people? Y'all raising these kids. Like single moms are raising these kids, man. Like, and I feel like they do their best, but I feel like it is up to us too to like be better especially as black people, bro. This a black podcast. Be better. Don't get me wrong. We love everybody though.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is when you want to talk about solutions in the black community or any community, it just starts with, we see other communities, they like to keep the family together. And that's the main thing. And then you look at just the lack of degeneracy being pushed. You don't see white woman, Asian woman, Latino woman, well, besides Cardi B, but she thinks she black. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't see women of other cultures really pushed to the forefront and how big they get just off being over sexualized and pushing these narratives about independency and all these things. We don't see that getting pushed in other cultures, and it's for a reason. And to me, the battle is not, it's the white people, it's this group. It's all about classism. Like, they want to keep people broke. They want to, like, a lot of these people, they give you hope that you can make it out your situation, but they don't really want you to make it out your situation. And that's why they push all of these other things, and they make you think like, damn, if I gotta get big, I gotta push degeneracy too. I gotta be a drug dealer, I gotta be a stripper, I gotta do this, I gotta get ratchet on TV and beat other women up for no reason or for petty issues just so I can get out of my situation, when really those things, they're not gonna get you too far away from your situation.
Not really, bro. They might put some money in your pocket, but you gonna still be in the same situation. That's why it's the same thing, bro. Ain't no way you should be rich shooting dice, bro. I don't care, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Even if it's just a game, like, but I feel like some things, like, you need to leave alone, bro. Like, you make it out the hood, you still be doing hood shit. That makes no sense to me, like, at all. Like, I feel like you make it out, bro, stay as far away as you possibly can, for real.
I almost argued against that, but you gotta think about what's the chances that billionaires, that's who you're gonna be shooting dice with? Like, no, it's gonna be it's gonna be a few niggas with money.
Like niggas.
Yeah, it's gonna be niggas. It's gonna be niggas. You look at any dice game. Okay, you got a few niggas with money, and then outside of that is the broke niggas looking around trying to get some money from the niggas that got money, and maybe they got $20 they trying to side bet. Once they lose that, they trying to rob everybody because it's like, damn, they ain't got nothing.
I'm telling you, bro, and just really stay away from the degenerate behavior, bro. I understand, like, you are who you are, bro. Like, that's just what it is. But at the same time, you gotta understand, like, I'm making legal, especially you're making legal money and stuff. Like, keep making legal money. Like, stop, because it's really not worth it, bro. I promise you. Ain't no way you're thinking, oh, I'm making good legal money. Then let's go do some side shit. Just, bro, that's the stupidity, bro. That's the old you. Look, remember we was talking about the highest version of yourself? That lower, bro, that's a lower version of yourself. Mm-hmm. Never listen to that.
And 9 times out of 10, it's not a agreement with your highest version of yourself, because that wouldn't want to go back to anything that was of my old world. It's like, all right, if you make it out of a place, like going back into your old world, that's where people get fucked up. Like, look at people like Dolph, like he loved going back to the hood, or any rapper that say, oh yeah, I love going back to the hood, or I ain't gonna leave my hood. Look at FBG Duck, like a lot. And some dudes, yeah, they be on probation and things where they can't leave their city, but 9 times out of 10, if you talk to your probation officer and you talking about like, yo, I'm trying to live, you feel me, let me move away. But most people, it's like, oh, my mom still stay here, or this person still stay. I still got people, I got family out here, this, that, and the third. But you gotta understand, bro, like, move away and reach your hand back. That's the best thing you can do. Reach your hand back for the people you love. If they don't grab it, if they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, like, if you got money to where you can fly your peoples somewhere else, show them a different life and things like that, I suggest you do it.
To be honest, I suggest it too. Cause, and that is, speaking of Dolph, like going to your hometown, people usually get the most hate in their hometown, bro. Just like that Kai, you seen the event with Kai, like when he did that giveaway?
Yeah.
That thing was crazy, and there was no need for it to go like that at all, bro. And I feel like it's the same thing, bro. Yeah, you want to go back, but that's literally your old life now. Like, you can't do that. Even certain people from that old life, bro, you got to leave them alone.
And you got to understand how big you are, too, because I think, like, with that Kai situation, that was a big part of it. Him not understanding, like, yo, I'm huge, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably didn't even think he was going to get that big of a crowd, but you got to really understand it. A lot of people blowing up on the internet, they don't understand the effect that they got going on in real life.
And that's going to be a big part of your journey, bro. You start changing your life around, start moving different, like changing up your habits, start hanging around better people, bro. The old is going to try to bring you back, but you can't go, bro. It's simple as that. Like, that one friend you used to always hang out with, but all y'all do is just bullshit together. It's that same shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when it really comes down to it, change everything, bro. And once you change, don't ever go back, bro. Don't ever go back. Have intentions with this shit. Real life intentions. Like, know where you want to go and what you're going to do in order to get there. Because that's going to bring us into our next topic, bro.
Yes, sir. It definitely is.
All right, first question of the day. Bro, so how do you set intentions? Like, do you set intentions mostly before your day, your month, your week, or like your next task?
I look at being intentional as something. It's just staying conscious and staying present with your actions, man. I think of being intentional as like, we all have been in times where you're just going through the motions. Like, think about a week of school in like 7th or 8th grade in a fucking February or some shit like that. It's just, you're waking up, eating a shit breakfast, going to school, you don't want to be there, you didn't do your project. Like, that's being unintentional about what you got going on. I see being intentional. Think about that same week. If you woke up, you ate high quality foods, you got a good night's sleep the night before because you setting your intentions. You're like, all right, I know tomorrow I want to have a great day, so let me get a good night's sleep. You wake up, you put high quality fuel in your body. You're telling yourself your affirmations. You get on the bus, you treating people kind, you smiling, you already did your homework last night, you feeling good, like you're like, yo, it's gonna be a great day. You telling yourself that, you're feeling it. Boom, you go through school, you you understand like, yeah, that's not what you want to do, but hey, you doing the hard work when you don't feel like it. You keeping that in your mind. Like, that's having a more intentional mindset about the things you do.
Definitely, and I feel like if you was doing that since middle school, bro, you'd probably be you could do anything you want to do. You could.
We're not taught that though. We're just
We're
like,
not.
this is what you got to do, and
I'm telling you.
if you don't do it, we're gonna call the police on your parents.
Literally, I'm telling you. My mom used to be like, if you don't go to school and miss too many days, they're gonna call the police. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is such. Oh my goodness, that's some crazy conditioning, bro. Crazy conditioning. For the simple fact, bro, I feel like you're literally going through the motions. So like, you don't want to be here, so you're really not learning nothing. You're not learning shit, bro.
And you'll carry that. If you don't start to understand even being intentional, you'll do that with your relationships. You'll get into time periods where you're just going through the motions. You're doing the bare minimum. Like, when you're in a relationship, it's good to be intentional. It makes the other person feel loved. It's like, I'm not just doing some shit just to do it. Like, even like sexually, you feel me? Like, you want to be intentional with every action of your life, and it just is about being conscious and understanding the purpose for everything.
Definitely, I totally agree. But the word you used, that was so great, that conscious, being conscious of what you're doing in the moment. Like, is this thing going to bring me to what I really want in the end? Mm-hmm. And I feel like you got to look at that in every aspect of your life. Because I was thinking, sometimes, bro, I ask myself, like, what is my intention here? Especially with women, bro. I feel like that's the biggest one. Because it helps me, like, not waste time with women sometimes. Because, like, sometimes I see a girl, like, you can tell when a girl's flirting with you. Like, she wants you to approach her. Hey, you was talking about this the other day. Like, you know the signs. So, when the girl's giving you the signs, like, sometimes I ask, like, what would be my intentions? Granted, you might not know until you actually talk to the girl. But, like, if I know, like, it's just not it, bro, sometimes you got to think about it. Is it worth your time? That's my question to you, though. Like, should you practice shots? Or should it be like, I have no intentions with this person. I should just go about my merry day?
I mean, I think if your intentions is to get better with women, then that's cool. But you also have to understand the opportunity cost on the opposite end of it. You got to think about, all right, I know I do want to get better with women, and the best way to do it is going to be to approach and talk and interact with women. That's going to be the best way. But what is this costing me, depending on the type of woman that it is? And is this even going to matter when it comes to the type of woman that I want to marry? It just depends on the situation. I think, dudes, you definitely don't want to go through life not talking to women. We're humans. We're all social creatures. You should definitely talk to women frequently too. But it's just about understanding your intentions with that situation. Like, every woman you talk to, you don't need to be trying to have sex with. So that's two different things right there.
That is true. But at the end of the day, you got to have that intention, like you not trying to have sex with other girl. Because if that's your intention, I mean, go for it. But that will be a waste of energy. But I'm glad you brought that up, though. For the simple fact, when it comes down to getting better at talking to women, I think it was one of Hamza videos. I'm not sure. He was like, talking to this woman is not going to help you talk to your future wife because this woman isn't like her. They're two different types of women.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good perspective. I like to look at it like, all right, as long as you do have set intentions, then it's cool. Like I said, and like he said, you gotta understand what type of girl it is, and if she is anything like that, what you want out of life. But you gotta also understand you kind of are what you attract. So if you're at a shitty place in life, the woman you're going to be attracting are also going to reflect that. You're going to be attracting a shitty woman, and you got to think about that as well. But he was more so, I think he was talking all right, practicing sex and things like that and shit like that, rather than just having a conversation with a woman you see in the bookstore about a book. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of different because it doesn't really matter what type of woman it is. You're just trying to get comfortable understanding that women are just humans just like you, and they think, shit, eat, fart. Like they do everything that you do, but have a penis. So it's just another human. You can just talk to them and speak to them and shit like that. I don't think that's gonna fuck you up in life. Now, if you're just having sex with a degenerate woman, like, yeah, you're wasting your time. And also, like, look at it like, as far as going back to being intentional, think of it as like you're intentional. You're in the driver's seat. You know where you're going. Rather than, I know, like, you probably told a girl before, like, oh yeah, I'm just going with the flow. Like, I said, I'm just chilling. I'm just doing this, doing that. And that's like being in the fucking, you're not in control of your destiny at that point. If you're just in the fucking back seat, you riding the bus and you don't know what's the next stop going to, like.
And I feel like that's a crazy place to be in life. But we've all been there, bro. We've all been there. And it's really about just taking control of your life, bro. Directing, focusing on those good habits, focusing on those good things you have to do every single day. That's literally how you take control. Get behind the wheel, bro. Because I feel like that girls do that shit all the time. Like, if you was living like that, girls would do not like that shit, bro. I promise you. They want you to have a plan, my nigga, and know where the fuck you're going.
That shit was cool when we was young, when we was young and everybody didn't really have any intentions. We just trying to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get we all had intentions, but we didn't want girls to think like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to fuck type shit. We didn't want girls to think that, so that's what we said. But as adults, you can't just be like, oh yeah, you can't just meet a Jones like, yeah, I'm just going with the flow, or just having situations in life and you're just like, I used to always say like, oh, I'll cross that road when I come to it. That's not being intentional at all. That's like you just gonna fucking wait till the shit happen and then deal with the shit instead of being like, all right, I'm gonna make this thing happen instead of this other thing happen. So I'm in control of what's going on.
I'm telling you, bro, because who doesn't want to be in control of their own life, bro? Like, and I feel like a lot of people, they be going through life on autopilot, bro. They be going on autopilot. And I feel like, yeah, sometimes we all start going through the motions and shit, but best believe we gonna pick that motherfucker up and make sure we still going straight, bro. We still going to the destination we want, bro. We're still going to that destination. And that's why intentions are so important, bro. So you don't get lost, bro. Because I feel like it's so bro, everybody goes through shit, bro. It's so easy to get lost in this life shit, bro. You say you want to do one thing, then this happens. Next thing you know, you want to do something else. Like, it's just so many different avenues you can go down. But I feel like the real way to get there is just to focus on one singular thing, bro. And let that be your focus, bro. And I feel like that's what be messing a lot of people up, bro. You can't be a rapper, a drug dealer, part-time fucking salesman, all at the same time, bro. That shit not gonna work, bro.
The thing about shit like that is it can work, but it's just not most optimal. Like, you're not gonna get the most out of any one of those situations trying to do that. That's why you see rappers still dabbling in the streets. They usually end up in jail because they were still dabbling in the streets. They got two different truths going on to the public. Like, yeah, I'm a rapper. Yeah, I might rap about street shit, but they don't know that I really got shit going on still, like, for the casual fans. You feel me? Like, if you ain't all into your rapper, you might know their business. But or you'll have like the street dude. He's heavy in the streets, but he wanna be a rapper. He running while his career not jumping off because you're not focused enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of Lil Baby songs before he started getting groped, he said like
that was crazy. We gonna talk about
he in the stew all day. He turned his flip off. You feel me? He turned his drug phone off so he could record music, and he had to have one singular truth at that time. Young Thug had to pay that nigga to stay out the streets so he could make music. Would his career have jumped off as much as it did if he was still dabbling? Like, oh, I'm at the studio, but I got plays pulling up to the studio and things like that. Probably not, because you got two different truths going on.
I'm telling you, bro. It's simple as that. So that's why I think it's important just to focus on that one thing. You trying to do 3-4 things, bro. That's too much energy being divided, bro. So you're not giving your all into this one thing. And I feel like that's what it takes. It takes your all, bro.
Yeah, you got to keep something that brings you money, whether it's your 9 to 5 or your little side hustle, hopefully legal. keep something that makes you creative, and keep something that keeps you in shape. You got those three things, and then you spend most of your time working on your business after that.
I'm telling you, bro. Because I do feel like this life shit, especially like trying to be a successful entrepreneur, bro. This shit's like YouTube. This shit is like a fucking boulder, my nigga. My nigga fucking Berleezy said this. Bro, YouTube is like a boulder. You got to keep pushing that hoe. And that's literally what anything you want to be. You want to be a rapper? Imagine a fat ass fucking boulder and that bitch is heavy as fuck. And you literally just got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, my guy. And I feel like in the end it's going to be worth it. But like you got to enjoy the ride, bro. Because I feel like too many people, they're in love with the results, bro.
They're in love with the results. And the thing about it is 9 times out of 10, it's like a new game. Like once you get it, you play it. You're the hype. Once you turn the bitch on, your fucking excitement is dwindling. After that, it's like, or just even it could be a new car, it could be a new toy, new gun, whatever you like. Once you get it, it's not as exciting as when you had that anticipation and when you was working towards getting it and you had it on your mind. Once it's there, it's there. It's just. It's not as usually not as cool as you thought it was gonna be. Just like 2K every year.
I'm telling you, bro. You gotta fall in love with the process, bro. Fall in love with the process. Don't and like the effects. That's just icing on the cake, for real. He said that before this podcast, and the rest is just icing on the cake. But since you did mention that shit, bro, because I know we all seen the fucking Blueface, Krishan, all that shit. I know we seen it. I do think Blueface, bro, give him like maybe 2 more years. He gonna have all his baby mamas under one roof, bro. The man is pimping. The man is pimping something crazy. And it's like, people look at it like, oh, he's toxic, bro. But like, you gotta think, he doesn't care. Because every time they're looking or you're investing in it or somebody talks about it, he's making money.
He is. And the thing about it is, I think they say he got the #1 show on Zeus right now.
That is crazy.
And it's all just him being himself and everybody else kind of reacting to that. If you look at it, it's like ever since he started his career, what he said, like, "Yo, I'm a pimp. I got bitches. Like this what it is." You feel me? So everything after that, a woman just gotta accept. And anything, all like the drama and all those things happening with his baby mamas, it just seems like them getting emotional at points where they didn't want to accept who he already was and who he already told them he was. That's why you see Krishan doubling back to him and still fucking with him. The other one mad right now. She ain't gonna be mad but for so long, because the dude is a pimp. He already, you knew what you signed up for when you got with him. What you thought, like, hey, I'm gonna get back with him. He got another baby on the way, but he ain't gonna go see his other baby mama. Like, that shit, it's stupid. Like, and she's gonna learn too. She's gonna come to her senses, and yeah, they probably all will be living together. You're gonna see them on the next MILF music track together. All 3 of them rapping on that bitch. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Bro, but I feel like he keeps it a band. I feel like he never once lied about who he was. Like, he never did. He said what he said. He said he was a pimp. He said this is what he does. Like, and I feel like that be the same thing. I feel like a lot of men, they don't be lying about who they are, bro. It's just women want to change them, and they won't accept the fact that they literally told you who they are. You just gotta believe them.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit both ways, because I think a lot of dudes, they are, especially when you look at the average regular guy, he's scared to tell a girl who he really is. The average guy, he's for the most part scared to really tell a woman who he is. I do think guys should be more honest a lot more of the time, because you will have less problems. Blueface only has problems because the degeneracy, alcohol, and drugs involved, and 100 million eyes is watching them every day, and they're doing certain things because they know people are watching them. But for the average guy, like, yeah, being honest, it will save you a lot of problems if you just tell a woman who you are and what you want. And then you also have to think about this. A lot of dudes, I believe I said this a while ago, they get into these relationships, they are so much in lust or falling too deep in love, and they are making promises that themselves later on down the line aren't able to keep, because they come back to reality and understand who they really are, and understand that it's kind of their nature. Like, I'll stand on this forever. Monogamy is against like a male's natural nature for the most part. Yeah, we've evolved, and a lot of guys, we make the choice to be monogamous, but it's definitely against our nature.
I feel you, and since we're on that, we gotta talk about it, bro. For the simple fact, I've been thinking about this a lot. Monogamy, bro. I think every man can do it. I do think every man can do it, but I feel like it just takes that discipline, bro.
Oh yeah.
It just takes discipline, and I feel like women don't get that, bro. I feel like they don't get it at all. I feel like it shouldn't be hard for a woman to not be monogamous, bro. Because I feel like letting somebody in your body, like letting somebody inside you, like inside your body as a woman, I feel like it matters so much more than it does when a man is just rather we're sticking something in.
Yeah, I think for a woman it's more so their nature, and you just see that because you see more like usually women with mental illness and the ones that act the craziest, they have the most bodies. They mess with the most dudes. They corrupted so much. And women, they can only have one kid every 9 months. Really, every year, dude, we can get as many women pregnant as possible. But like going back to what you said, it's definitely a practice of discipline. That's what I think is one of the slept on benefits of monogamy. It helps that discipline of only being with one woman. It helps you in all other areas of your life when it comes to just self-control. And like, yeah, you're going to have urges, you're going to see things, you're going to maybe even want to do certain things, but a lot of times you weigh it out and like, is this really gonna, me wanting to have this meaningless encounter, is it really gonna benefit my life? Probably not. A lot of dudes, we don't have time, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough time and money and emotional capacity to even be dealing with multiple women.
You're absolutely right. And I feel like, especially if you don't have those things, you obviously don't have the discipline, bro. So I feel like that's something you should like work on. I feel like you shouldn't be able to have like I feel like you shouldn't be able to have multiple partners if you don't have that discipline. It's one thing to have discipline and to say, okay, I'm choosing to make this action, not because it's out of lust, but maybe out of love.
But the thing about it, even poly relationships, the key to it is it can't be about sex. Like you gotta have literally more sexual discipline in a poly relationship than you do in a monogamous one. In reality, because it's not about the sex part. It's about group economics. It's about tribal environments. It's about having structure and really like kingdom building when you talk about poly relationships. But the real key is like that group economics, because if you got a household, you got 3-4 incomes in that motherfucker. The kids never have nobody around them type shit. Like it's gonna make a major difference than a single parent home where damn you're working 10-12 hours a day, your kid going to this daycare and they going to school over here, they going to this daycare over here, getting corrupted, all these different opinions and energies. Like, it's benefits to poly.
You're definitely right. But in that monogamous relationship, that's why I feel like you do need to develop that discipline, bro. I feel like it shouldn't be every time a cute girl looks your way, you have to have sex with her, bro. I feel like that you're wilding. That's what I feel like messes a lot of men up too, bro. It's not that you need a poly relationship. You just need some discipline, my nigga. Like, that's all it is. Like, I don't like when men say, oh, I can't be with one woman. You can't, like, I feel like you should be able to be with one woman. Yes, you should have the discipline in order to be with one woman. But when it really comes down to it, if that's not what you choose, that's okay, because that's your decision. But I feel like it's just the discipline factor. Men don't have that. And I feel like that's why they say, oh, I can't be in a relationship with one woman.
Yeah, that's definitely comes down to the discipline, because they're thinking about their sexual promiscuity and all that at that point. You definitely can't think like that. You shouldn't even really be telling yourself that, because if you can't be with one woman, you probably can't be with 2, 3, or 4. Because if you think, oh, I'm gonna get tired of it, if you got 2 women, you still got two vaginas you're having sex with. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get tired of those two, and then you're gonna like, and that's the thing. When you in a true poly relationship, you're not stepping out on your woman. No, like if you got two, then you got two. You're not like, it's still a such thing as cheating on them when you are in that. And my thing is, like, yeah, I think sexual loyalty is more so the women's job, as men, our loyalty lies in the providing and protecting. But you fuck up when you're fucking other women outside of your woman, because 9 times out of 10, if you're doing it frequently, you're gonna have an outside kid. You might bring a disease back, or even just the woman having that access to you. Now she got access to your kingdom, because she can fuck your whole shit up just by dropping one DM to your shorty.
I'm telling you, I'm glad you brought it up, because I just seen the video. That's exactly what Dwayne Wade did. He had sex like before his wife now. Like he got another girl pregnant when they were dating, and like she stayed with him and stuff. Like, and I was like, and he was like, it was so hard getting back to what they were, bro. Like that's basically how it's going. Like
they never got back to what they were, bro. You see the dynamic of that relationship. She mad masculine, like. She mad masculine and she run that shit. You see, hey, y'all see what's going on in that house.
I'm telling you. But that's what he was talking about. And the whole time I was thinking, that shit is dead, bro. There's so many women out here. If you can't forgive me for some shit I did, it's best you leave. Like,
yeah, bro. That's my thing is, if a woman is holding anything against you, if she's can't find forgiveness, of course you got to give her time and shit. Like, yeah, but if after a certain time period she can't find forgiveness, then you're better off moving on, because it's gonna take away from, especially you still grinding, you ain't got your shit in place and set, your foundation set. It's just gonna take away. It's like going back to an ex. You're gonna have to give her the stars, the sun, and the moon times 10 when you trying to like get things back cool.
I'm telling you, bro. And I feel like that's what happened to Dwayne Wade, bro. It took, like, it's gonna take away from your masculinity a little bit, bro. For the simple fact you're trying to give her the world. You're so focused on her.
You're damn near chasing.
My word, you're damn near chasing the girl. So if you're chasing her, she's running. What about your purpose, bro? Like, I feel like that's what it is. I feel like you can't be your whole masculine self trying to give your all and everything to this girl, bro. I feel like you can't have it. You can't have it both ways, bro. Granted, you should still do for your woman, like, do everything, like, treat her like the queen she is. But at the same time, know, like, there's boundaries. I can't be always worried about you, making sure you're okay. Like, wonder if you still remember me getting another girl pregnant, like, when I'm out here trying to get this.
And then getting her pregnant, that's kind of OD, but getting her pregnant definitely kind of OD, but like say it's just infidelity. Like if you've been doing everything right, you know what I'm saying, holding the crib down, and you do slip up that one time, then and she's still like, yo, really holding that on you, she can't forgive you, then yeah, it's best y'all just separate, bro.
I'm telling you, bro, because it's not going to be worth it. It's not worth it, because it's never going to be the same, bro. And I feel like everybody feels that way. Anybody that has went back to an ex, everybody say the same thing. It's not the same. Yeah, my nigga, it's not going to be the same as it used to be, because things are not the same. Like, in her head, she's probably still holding that up against you, and then you're trying to make sure everything's okay. But in reality, it's just how she just look at you different, bro. And I was talking to my niggas. He was like, that's the worst thing that can happen. Like, when you really like the girl, and she just don't look at you the same.
Yeah, and it's really all because of the deception, bro. That's what it is. That's why we say be honest about who you are in the beginning, because when it comes to it, they don't. What it is the embarrassment and the deception. That's the two things that women hate most when it comes to infidelity.
I'm telling you, bro. Because, like you said, if you're honest about it in the beginning, like, yeah, like, I'm a player, baby. Like, I'm gonna mess with you, but I'm messing with other girls on the side. It's gonna.
Well, it don't even gotta be that. It can just be like, yo, like, I really fuck with you. I really want this situation, but it's gonna be. I'm not gonna fucking say, I'm not gonna promise you like sexual loyalty or this, that, or the third. Like, even if you can be honest like that, if that's who you are. Now, if you can, if like, that's no problem. But like I said, the making those promises, it can make or break your relationship.
I'm telling you, bro, and I feel like that's important. You gotta watch that shit. You gotta watch all that shit, bro. But I feel like that's something you need to have, like, in the beginning of the relationship, like, as I said, having intentions with this shit, bro. You go in that bitch with intentions, knowing like, yeah, I want to be with this girl, or I think I might can be with this girl. Let's see how it's going out. Set intentions prior, so you don't gotta go through this shit. You don't gotta go through her fucking running the household or not forgiving you or burning your shit up. Like you wouldn't have you're not gonna have a lot of the problems you have, bro. Because if you tell a girl what it is and then she doesn't like it, you can leave.
Yeah, it's just you gotta have that abundance mindset, bro. Definitely gonna be more out there, and you can't get hung up on one just because y'all got differences of views and beliefs and shit like that.
Every single trip, bro. But that is going to be the end of today's episode, man. I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in, man. We love the Islanders over here, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Another great episode, Out of God Talk podcast, man. Episode 73, man. Hey, man, go crazy in the comments. Let us know what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Let us know if we stupid, and tell us how smart you are with your channel with 11 subs and 2 videos. Like, let us know for real.
I'm telling you, bro.
But for the real ones, we love y'all, man. We love y'all. We love y'all. We out.